Hello, eighth graders. Welcome to the second lecture of this week. So I messed up a little bit and went kind of out of order, so I apologize for that. But today we're going to talk about the nature of conflict. Okay, chapter 7, lesson 1. So the lesson from the last lecture will actually make more sense with with this one. Again, I apologize. I got a little bit confused. I skipped this lesson in my notes for some reason. I missed it. So. Let's get right into it. Okay, so there are two kinds of conflicts. We have interpersonal conflicts, which are between two or more people, or there's internal conflict, okay, which takes place in your own mind. So sometimes, because it both starts with inter, okay, you think, oh, that means inside, okay. Just make sure that you're paying attention to what and understand what the differences are, because this will be on the quiz in one way or another on Friday. Okay. Um, Conflicts at home. Okay. The more time you spend with people, the more chances there are for disagreement. Okay. And that's, I mean, you think you're used to people. And then for one way or one reason or another, something happens and, you have disagreements. Okay. That happens. Okay. Conflict with guardians set limits to ensure their children's well-being. So sometimes the conflict that you have at home, um, deals with your parents, and the rules they set for you. Okay. In other words, that phrase basically, your parents, you might disagree or there might be conflict with your parents because um, you don't like the rules, or maybe you're planning on going somewhere late and they're like, no, you're not. Okay. So there's definitely a reason for conflict there, especially when it comes to teenagers, because I mean, teenagers, they want to do whatever they want to do. um, yeah, so conflict definitely happens there. Okay. um you also experience conflict between siblings. Okay. Your sister or brother. Okay. And that often involves property and space. Okay. It involves what is yours. Okay. What's yours, what's theirs. Okay. And especially if you share a room. I was telling the class today about, I don't know if you've seen any TV shows or watched any movies where this is probably like more like olden, more back in the day, older movies where if just a second, where if siblings had to share a room, they would put a piece of tape and they would line it up like right down the middle of the rooms. Okay, this is my side, this is your side. Stay on your side, I'm gonna stay on my side. Okay. That's just an example. Also, sometimes when if a sibling, if you don't give your permission for your sibling to, a second, one second. Okay, I don't know why it keeps doing that. If you give your sibling permission, if you don't give your sibling permission to maybe wear something, and then they're getting ready for school, they're heading out the door, and they're wearing something that's yours. Okay. um, a lot of the times there's conflict there because you're like, wait, why are you wearing that? That's mine. It's not yours. You didn't ask. Take it off. Okay. Conflict there. Again, dealing with property. I asked the class, and maybe you could think of, maybe situations where you've had that happen with a sibling or even a relative. One of the students in class mentioned about their cousin grabbing their phone, grabbing that person's phone. So someone in class was like, my cousin grabbed my phone, and then we started fighting. So again, property. Okay. It's important to maintain a positive relationship with your family because these relationships can affect your overall health. And that's very true. We've talked about this with the health triangles. Relationships are very important and vital to your health, especially your family, because that's the center of that. That's like basically central to all your health. So make sure that although you might have differences and you might fight, sometimes that's normal, but make sure that you have a positive relationship. At the end of the day, make sure you have a positive relationship with your family. Okay. Conflicts outside the home. Okay. These conflicts are related to school. Okay. It could be teachers or other authority figures, peers or friends. Okay. Conflicts with peers or friends can involve an incident. Okay. Meaning an incident means that something happened. Okay. An event that happened. Okay. Or because of differences in personality, beliefs, or opinions. Okay. So you're not gonna agree all the time with what your friends say. I had an example. I had someone in class mention having issues with their parents, and then another student was like, "How could I can't believe you talk to your parents like that?" So again, see, uh, one student reacted one way, and the other student like can't imagine reacting that way to parents. So a lot of times arguments or disagreements happen because of you're just different. Nobody's gonna be exactly like you. Okay. Let me move myself. I'm kind of in the way a little bit. Okay. Move this over to. Okay. Let me leave it there. All right. Continuing with conflicts outside the home. Okay. A bully. We're gonna talk about bullies for a little bit. Bully is someone who picks on individuals who are smaller or weaker. Okay. Bullies can be male or female. Or other, okay, because some people they don't identify as male or female. That would be considered non-binary, which some people feel that they're neither. So and they could also be any age. Okay, so it doesn't matter how old they are. They can still be a bully. Bullies can tease or name call, or they can become physical. Okay, so not only hurt people with their words, with the things that they say to you, but they can also physically um, harm you. Prejudice is a negative and unjustly formed opinion. Okay, usually it's usually against people of a different racial, religious, or cultural group. So I know a lot of times there's something called stereotype where if somebody mentions like maybe a race or a religion or a type of person, you automatically like, oh, this and this and this and this. Probably because you've heard that from maybe your family. They have opinions on certain people, and they straight they'll share that in the home. So you get that mentality, you get that thought, oh, this is how these people are. I was like, oh, farmers are dirty, they wear overalls all the time. Okay, just an example. Again, that's part of being prejudiced. So uh as mentioned in other lessons, be open to different cultures, different religions, different people, because there's a lot of difference out in the world. So, and like mentioned in other lessons, if you're open to meeting these people and hearing, their story, or their history, that's gonna benefit you because you'll have more knowledge. Okay. Um, we're about this is wrapping it up here. Quiz review. We're gonna some things that I need you to be aware of is the abbreviation talk. um each of the letters means something, so make sure that you know what those are. Want you to know what a win-win situation is, or an example of a win-win. You want to know the difference between interpersonal and internal conflict, and you also want to know about conflicts outside the home. Okay, possibly conflicts inside the home also. Okay, so yeah, just make sure that you are taking good notes. And the quiz will be up on Friday um, at 8:10 in the morning. You have all of Friday to take it. If you turn it in later, if you turn it in after Friday, you're going to lose points. Okay, even if you get a perfect score, you are going to lose points. So please make sure that you don't um, that you make sure that you take the quiz on Friday, so like that you get full points. Okay. Keep being awesome, keep working hard, and I will see you next week. Maybe.